What's up guys, Volt here bringing you a brand new Fast and Furious car remake. In today's remake, I'm bringing you the 2011 Bugatti Veyron that Roman drives in Furious 7. When they're over in Dubai, they need to get certain cars, and I guess they have big and fancy cars that they chose. I think one was a McLaren, one was a Dodge Viper. I think Dom was driving a Dodge of some sort, like a Challenger or Charger. And I believe there was maybe another McLaren, and there was this pure white Bugatti Veyron that Roman drove. So yeah, as you can see, very easy, simple, beautiful car, nice, sleek, very clean, nothing too over the top on it, and it is a requested car. I'll put it on screen right now for you guys. So thank you very much for the request. The build didn't turn out too bad. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. The only thing I'm not happy about is Rockstar doesn't have the whole wing. Like, it had a wing on it. Unfortunately, this car doesn't have it. Now, there is another car in the game that does have it, the Nero, but the Nero is based around a Bugatti Chiron. So, yeah, not a very good choice. But, as always, we're going to start with the base price. You want to go to the internet. You want to go to the Travel and Transport website. You want to go down to the Legendary Motorworks website. And you can just sort by price. Most likely it's going to be towards the middle anyways, but sort by price. This way you don't need to go all the way to the bottom. And you're going to find yourself the only car in game that is $1 million even, the Truffade Adder, which is based around a Bugatti Veyron for the most part. Pretty expensive, $1 million. Not as expensive as other cars, like some like regular sport, like the Sultan Classic was more expensive than a Bugatti. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? But as you can see here, choose your color, choose your car, and yeah, I guess I'll see you inside. Alright, as you pull in the Truffade Adders in the supercar category, which makes sense, it should be a supercar anyways. In real life, it is based around a Bugatti Veyron, so it should be, you know, the Veyron's a supercar, so it should be based around that. As I go over all my builds, I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design, the car, and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or anywhere else in general itself. And then I'll go over, it's completely up to you. I just put a few staples in if you want to recreate my build or somewhat, you know, similar to the build that I create in my videos. So without further ado, let's get into the build. So you're probably wondering why we're over here at the arena. Well, the main reason is there's not much customization options on this. So we're going to start with the lights. You want to go to the headlights, and you're probably wondering why we're in here. Main reason, if you ever see me in here, it's going to be pretty much for colored lights or some kind of special light. And for these, the Bugatti Veyron had white lights. Now, it didn't show it in the movie, but I did look up most of the Bugatti Veyrons, you know, in real life, and most of them do have white lights. Again, if you can't afford it, or if you don't have an arena or can't do it, another great option is to go with stock. It's not white, but I mean, it still fits pretty good. And while I'm in here, neon kits, there's no neon in the car either, so don't worry about adding that. Alright, and I'll see you over at the LSC. Alright, now that we're back in the LSC, let's go over the other things that you should probably go over. So, the plate, I mean, there is a plate on it, and I think it had like G, and then it was a space, and then some numbers. But, I mean, if you really want to, you can put whatever you want. I don't really know exactly how the Dubai plates work, and like what the G stands for, or what the numbers stand for, so I'm not going to go over that per se. But I would say like the best plate that kind of resembles a Dubai plate would be blue and white 3. Same respray for last. We move on to the suspension. You want to put a competition suspension on this. This thing was lowered really well. There's not much room in between the wheels and the wheel well, or the, you know, the tires and the wheel well. So I would definitely go with the competition. If you really wanted to and you want to have a little bit higher, I would go either competition or a sport. Sport is also decent, but I mean, a stock one, it's just too high. It's way too high. You need either competition or you need sport. One of the very first times I've actually said to like lower it all the way pretty much. After that, we move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type. You want to go down to the SUV category, and you want to go to the chrome rims, and you want to put on the deluxe rims. Now, these I think fit the best. I know the rims in the movie were chrome. I know they were not like sunken in as the middle is. These were more just like the middle's pushed out more, and they were kind of like just on base the entire way around. They would be pretty much identical and perfect. But these are pretty much the closest design that you can get in GTA Online for the rims, in my personal opinion. Wheel color is going to be chrome, so don't worry about adding that. Tire design, there's no custom tires, don't worry about adding that. Tire enhancements, bulletproof tires on if you wish, more realistic if you don't. And tire smoke, white tire smoke. Last before the respray, we move on to the windows. You want to put a nice, super dark limo tint on this. This thing was tinted to the max. The main reason I say put limo on is because I believe that in Dubai, you know, that place is actually really, really hot or humid or something. So it's like a good place to actually have dark windows so you don't have too much, you know, sunshine in your car to overheat your car if need be. And also it is more of a fancier car too. So dark window tint looks a lot better than none, personally. But yeah, in the movie, they were definitely darked out, and I'll show pictures on screen, don't worry. There's not going to be too many pictures for this, because the build, there's really not much for the build. So, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. Alright, and we're back. As you can see, I have my car in my primered out rolled steel, as I pretty much do for all my builds. That way you know if it's a custom crew color, if it's an LSC color, or, you know, whatever. That way I don't screw you over and say, oh, it's this color, but you can't get it because it's a custom crew color. And you don't have a crew, or you didn't join my crew in time. But again, if you guys ever want a color, all you gotta do is message me in the comment of the video. Say, hey, can you change the crew color to this for, you know, such and such a time? The rules are, if you ever want a crew color, I change it for a day from the time that I put it on to the next day. Again, it may stay on for longer depending on if I'm actually working on cars that need custom crew colors. If not, then, you know, it'll be on there for a while. Most of the time, I put it on for at least a full day. So if I put it on at 8 o'clock in the morning for your time, then it's gonna be 8 a.m. the next morning, until I'm changing it to something else for another person, or, you know, just in general. Alright, so you want to go to primary color, you want to go to the crew color, and you want to put on the custom crew color. I'll put the hex code on screen right now. I used this color before for Brian's Toyota Supra Mark IV. His white one that is in, I believe it was Furious 7 as well. At the very end, his personal Supra. And it is a pure white. Now, pure white is pretty much the purest of white you can get in the game. The main reason I say to put this on is because the car in real life looked like it had like a pure white color to it. If you don't want to use a pure custom crew color, you don't need to. There is an alternative. It's not going to be as white compared to the pure white. So if you go down to metallic or classic, I mean, if you don't really want to spend too much money, you can go to classic. If you want to go spend a little bit more money, even though it doesn't really matter, you can go to metallic. So I'm just going to go to classic. The next best thing you could do is, if you don't want to use a custom crew color, is go to a nice ice white. So you do that for the primary and the secondary. Very cheap, very affordable, and a very good option. But if you want to go with a nice pure white, then the custom crew color hex code will be on screen right now. So there you go. So you want to go to the crew, and you want to apply that over top. After that, move on to the secondary color. You go down to crew, and you apply that crew color over top as well. Now get rid of the little lines down the middle, which you don't want, because the car was pretty much all basically white. And again, this is pure white. So let me show you the difference between pure white and frost white, or ice white, sorry. And again, this is pure white, and you're probably wondering, well, how do you know it's pure white? Well, main reason is if you go to, let's say, classic, on the secondary color, go to the ice white, you can kind of see the lines right there on the hood. The body is a pure white. The lines are ice white. And if I go to frost white, you can definitely see them because they stick out more. They're like a grayish. They have more of a hue of a blue and a gray tint to them compared to the ice white, which is just pretty much white for the most part. But again, pure white, in my personal opinion, best option. You're gonna be spending a little bit of money on the, you know, the paint job, but I mean, to create this car, there's not much customization options to it, and that is it. That is how you recreate the 2011 Bugatti Veyron that Roman drives in Dubai in Furious 7. Very sleek and beautiful car. I love that people are requesting interesting cars. Like, not a lot of people, everyone requests all new movies, which I would love to do the new movies, but certain cars don't have liveries. Like the Dominator GTX would be great for Jacob's car, but it doesn't have a livery. So you could do that. I did the same thing with Vince's car. I could recreate the car, but again, you don't really know what it is unless it has a livery. It just would pretty much stick out more like, oh, that's Jacob's car, instead of like, what is that Dominator GTX? It's just a Dominator GTX, you know? But yeah, I love how people were requesting cars. I always do love requests. I even have my own thoughts and designs coming up soon. Don't worry about that. But for the most part, I do love the request. So let's go outside. So let's take this for a drive. Little quick tip. The Truffade adder in-game is based around a Bugatti Veyron. In base GTA 5 and base GTA Online on PS3 and Xbox 360, this car is still dominant, and it was dominant until a lot more cars came out for PS4 and, you know, Xbox One and all that stuff, and PC. This was the top dog, but now it is no longer the top dog because it gets smoked by like the Krieger, the Wagner. There's a whole bunch of cars that destroy it. T20, Zentorno. it gets smoked pretty bad. Beautiful car, nice sleek design, easy to build, very cheap, very affordable. Well, I wouldn't say cheap. It's over $1 million for the car. Again, the only car in game is $1 million. But yeah, I think that's gonna pretty much wrap it up. So if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to smash like, subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down in the comment section down below for what you want me to build next. If you guys could put requests and then the actual request, and make it so much easier to actually find your requests. I hate it when I lose them. Last video for the Sultan Classic for Mia's build, I had a request for someone and I lost the request, but then I found out that the guy actually deleted his account and then remade another one. So I felt bad, but I couldn't save it in time, but at the same time, I save them when I edit the videos. So, but yeah, if you guys want to join the crew, it is free. The custom crew color will be Mia's color for right now. Actually, the custom color I came up with for that. Other than that, I don't really have too much else to say. So, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.